Alrighty, welcome back everybody. So, our next tomb is on Kuna again, and it is in here. Yeah. Damn, we already know. I have properly explored this place, so damn, I'm good. We just couldn't get in there because of the soul stuff. Let's go. That's a giant freaking deer head. It is here, alright. It's not that hidden. It's pretty much just right there. Beware of the weirdness. It's very weird. Don't get weirded out by the weirdness. Things will get weird, but you should not get weirded out. Do I care? Huh? Not you, motherfucker. Potion? Give me a potion. Ale. Ale's okay, I can turn that into a potion. Yeah, cool, it's not even hurting me, honestly. I don't care, dude. I have so much HP, I just don't care about your traps. I just could not care less about your traps. Yeah, just be gone. Alright, buddy, where the heck are you? This is a door. Sup, dude? Last chest. That's it? Oh. Wait, that's it? Where is the boss fight? Let's see, if she gets here, I guess we are done. I will assume we are done. You're not here? Okay, maybe we are not done then. Let me check one more time. Arthur did not talk to us either, right? It's a maze though. It's a goddamn maze. We have went through an invisible wall. So maybe we were not supposed to go there or something. Bro. It's another one though. What is this? Okay, we are back here. Do I wanna do this again? Okay, let's not go through any invisible wall this time. Even that doesn't do that much. Oh shit. Okay, I'm not going through any invisible wall. Going down sounds like a bad idea. Okay, not there. Shit, that is the only way. What the heck? That is the only way, dude. What do you mean? Explain. Explain yourself. Fuck am I supposed to do here? Bro. Do I have to look up a guide or something for this shit? Here I am. Where is the boss fight though? Okay, now we got it. Now we are done, I guess. The guy just vanished. He's like, I ain't gonna be resurrected. Fuck you, Arthur. Here, have a clown outfit. Fitting. Damn, it seems like no one liked this guy.
You don't look too pleased. Did the priest for fools? Well, you've seen it for yourself. He wasn't your average knight. He was always praised for his cunning and his devotion, both to his fellow. But he was also a clever man, always thinking ahead. If he wishes to be left in peace. Ah, I've been dreading. You've already met them all. I'm the last remaining member of the guild. Well, until now. You can see why I was so excited for you to join. A long life is a gift the wordness grants to many. But to me...
Grants to many?
Maybe I'll live only as long as I'm needed. Whatever the wordness wills. It's a bit more complicated than that. The wordness, it can be whatever we wish it to be. We are part of the wordness. Not as well as the Foredwellers once could. I was brought into the guild by Eleanor Dunn, a royal geographer who found the one dearest to her soul among my tribe. She lived among us for many years, but when her beloved became one with the wordness, Eleanor was allowed to prepare her body for the last rites. Yet never truly. My people accepted their bond, but never her. So she left, and I followed her. I met a few more members as I traveled with her, but over time, they grew fewer. But as long as one of us is still alive, so is the guild. Keep going.
Okay. Arthur, how do you feel, dude? He showed you the middle finger.
Truly fascinating man. He started out as a court jester, but it quickly became clear he was quite skilled with the blade as well. At first, I suspected he might be a spy for an enemy kingdom, but after he saved my life one day, my perspective changed. Of course, he still could have been a spy, but I decided to keep him close and watch him carefully, just in case. In time, though, he proved to be a loyal companion. He earned my trust, and without hesitation, I knighted him. Well, it didn't surprise me much. That was Dagonet through and through. He always spoke his mind, caring little for what others might think, even when it was my judgment he questioned. Only he and Palamedes ever dared to speak their minds openly in my presence, without fear of giving offense. Dagonet was decidedly less diplomatic than Palamedes, but it was precisely that honesty I valued in them both. Besides, from the start, he had a rare gift for foreseeing how things would unfold. I dare say, he even managed to make me laugh one last time.
Damn, you like this? Alright. So give me a moment here, I will check the map stuff. So the other two is actually on the frozen area, but the Weaver location is here. So I wanna check that. Is this hold on. Where is this again? It is on there. It is on there. Yeah, this one. Wither's hideout. We have been here already. Apparently so. I don't know why we cannot access to the third one then. It seems like you have to get into the Weaver's dungeon stuff for the first and second dungeon. Then the third one opens. I'm pretty sure we have seen him once. At least we have seen him once. And then there's the other guy we have seen. The Merlin's freaking thingy. It's apprentice or something. The guy who was trying to resurrect Arthur or something. Responsible for resurrecting him. Thought that was another one. I remember doing this though. Let's see. Let's just go and check. Yeah, I remember this place for sure. Anything down there? Doesn't seem that way. Not underneath, huh? No, I don't wanna go to Kona. Okay, let me just check the whole walkthrough. It's supposed to be inside this dungeon. Alright, it's not supposed to be there. It's on this new marker I have put. It's all the way there. We have not seen this done. How do I get there? I think if I go through this way it's going to be worse, so I'll go back. How do I get up there? Is this it? No. How the hell? How in the hell? No way I can climb this. There is no way I can climb this all the way there. Yeah, it's not even gonna let me. Okay, let's circle around then. I don't freaking know. Still nothing? Brother. Okay, this looks kind of promising. Never mind. We might be able to pass through this if we can jump there. Okay, we can actually move through this bridge and here. We might gotta go there. So we wanna go through this bridge somehow. There's no shortcut. You gotta just walk. Damn, son. Come on. You have wasted enough of my time already, game. Gotta be careful here because it will indeed drop you down all the way. What is this? There are like 4 freaking... Okay, this is the place. This is the viewer stuff. Can I just die? Can I just open you? I don't want to deal with these fuckers. Fine. Let's get in here. Training grounds. Alright, buddy, let's go. So much for that. Weird prism. Before touching that, what is this? Is there like a chest or anything here? No. Gather memory shard. Huh? That's it. Oh, here we go. So drop down.
We meet again, Master Prince. I erred in thinking I had unraveled what the Pale Lady had planned for the both of us. But I should have known better than to presume or anticipate the moves of someone as shrewd as her. I am tired, Prince. I am so terribly tired. I feel burned out. I can't weave anymore. I don't want to. Never imagined that such a moment could come. What a truly sorrowful thing. To accept that all things must finally fade. You meeting me, as I mentioned upon your first visit, I thought it was a fortunate weave of various events that, under a different alignment of stars and smaller choices, would never have come to pass. However, it turns out that I was meant to fulfill a specific role, and it was not to weave new life as I once believed. To weave bridges between you and her despair. Bridges that would allow you to gather the memory shards. She used me. Yet I cannot even bring myself to be angry with her.
I see now that she seeks to restore the bonds that once were, before her world shattered and fell into ruin. She hopes that by restoring her son's memory, she will finally bring him back. The Pale Lady wants to put you on a proper path. Yet she does not realize how daunting and impossible this challenge truly is. But those driven by despair rarely measure their actions with reason. Places like this one, or the one where we met, were chosen by the Pale Lady for a reason. On their own, they're nothing more than aberrations twisted by the weirdness. To bridge your reality and ours, someone had to weave the passages. That someone was me. In both instances, I believed all my efforts were aimed at weaving a new Fordweller, for the first time in centuries. But the truth was far from that. The Archspire was a bridge to the place for her. In that cave, I wove the prints from the threads of the weirdness granted to me by the Pale Lady. They were resonating with great desire. It seems the place we stand in now was marked as the place where I had to create the next passage. Since we lost the war against your kind, we retreated to Tuathan, severing ourselves from the rest of Avalon. All the while, the weirdness has continued to change. It has grown wilder, more untamed, and far harder to control, even for us. For centuries, places like this seemed lifeless, stripped of their potential. And then the spark began to return. It was then that I resumed my work. I did not dare to peer beyond my lost prince. I fear as ahead is bound to a profoundly intimate and ineffably personal aspect of the Pale Lady. It is between you and her. Prince, it is time to go. Leave me behind. I played my role in this spectacle. Hopefully that will grant me freedom. Farewell.
Alright, I don't know what that was. Pale Lady, Lost Prince, your mother? Huh? Oh my god, what the hell? What is this, dude? Alright. I had to take a small break, but let's go.
Born of desire, grows. There's no greater despair than watching how a son, born of one's own thought, perishes.
What in the heck are you? You have arms, I guess, but what about the rest? This looks like a giant thingy.
And now you stand here, hidden deep within. And even I cannot fathom what my heart feels. Still torn, for you are not wholly him, my son, my prince of Tuathan. Yet there is a flicker of joy within me, for you carry the soul of an Arthur, whose life was chosen for my son.
What?
This means the fragments of memory I gathered and kept safe may be saved. I want my son back. You walk your yet you will be faced with choices. I hope that, among them, you will find a way to bring my son back. However, I cannot impose my will upon you. It took me a long time to understand that not everything should be demanded by force. I believe so. And you are already working tirelessly toward this, whether you realize it or not. Since my son's fate became entwined with that of Arthur, the king of mortals, it is necessary to reconstruct the soul of the ruler whose essence you carry within your heart. You will also need the fragments of my son's memory, the ones I so carefully concealed for you to... Beyond that, the Weaver may possess something helpful. His life-giving spindle,
It may prove invaluable when the final trial comes. If you manage to find him, take it. He is no longer bound by the places I created for him, where he could work in peace. I have a feeling he may have returned to his workshop, deep within the forlorn swords. The heart, bleeding and plagued. A fragment of me, of my despair, accidentally brought into existence upon the homelands. My tears seeped into your soil, birthing a terror that became inseparably bound to your kind. The specter, the Red Death. Unintentionally, I could not have foreseen what such an entanglement of our realities would bring. I could not have known the depths of pain wrought by the loss of a beloved child. When it started to spread, I couldn't find a way to stop it. I am so terribly sorry. Arthur believed that abandoning the homelands would stop the plague. The Red Church committed truly horrific acts in their desperate attempt to halt the blight. Yet, no matter what you humans do, the plague will always return. It's like a curse cast upon your kind. And so, you will drown in my tears. One aspect of the potential of the weirdness is that it can serve as a tool. For that, I needed a craftsman. Someone who could sense even the thinnest threads of that potential as part of a greater whole. Every Four-Dweller could manipulate the weirdness to some degree. But not all did so with the finesse of the Weaver. He could harness that potential for something far, far greater, like weaving a new life, for example. My skills lay elsewhere. Among them was the ability to peer beyond the horizon of our civilization, to see a different world, a world without the weirdness, a world filled with meaning and purpose, constructed through intricate connections, a single living organism, yet full of individuality at the same time. I feel that sometimes you do not realize just how extraordinary your land truly was. It is a tale about the Prince of the Four-Dwellers, who unexpectedly became the king of humankind. Arthur. We are connected. In the homelands, he heard my call from beyond the mists. It guided him to Avalon. I met him during his journey. I gifted him with the sword, the specter of which you now carry within yourself. He is someone very dear to me, someone I lost decades ago, whose soul found a new body in your lands. As you already know, we found a way to gaze upon the homelands. My son was fascinated by humans, fascinated by your impermanence and fragility. When one has to deal with entropy and decay, everything suddenly gains far greater significance, doesn't it? You must have desired to live the life of a human. Perhaps it is one of the most powerful manifestations ever achieved by a Four-Dweller. Oh, the Weaver. I remember the spark of joy that lit up his pale face when he saw what emerged from the threads of weirdness I gifted him. A living being, brimming with such boundless potential. So vibrant with life. He always had a fondness for my child. He called him the Prince. In the homelands, I saw a powerful thing that we Four-Dwellers lacked. It was love, one of many emotions I had to learn. We lived in a world where everything was potent and possible. It made us live a life where we were drowning in decadence. I longed for something more. Our emotional structure was much less complicated than yours. You were quite an inspiration. Yes, I am fully aware that my will to bring Arthur to the shores of Avalon brought war and ruin upon my own kin. What would you have me say? There are no proper words for this. I will simply fall silent. Draw your own conclusions. Yes, although that was a horribly distorted part of me, living as if it were another life. Now I feel more whole. The emptiness is sharper. The sorrow far more profound. Are you sure? If you have anything to ask now. This may be our last meeting before the end of things. I am.
There's nothing actually.
This may.
Yeah, I ask everything.
So, it is done. I am glad my heart could host you. I hope you will succeed in reaching the goal you pursue. You leave this place with another shard. Use the memory of my son wisely. Farewell.
Damn, I wasn't expecting that to be the freaking plague, dude. I don't even know. I don't think I understood properly either. Like, she was at the homelands, but not really. I thought she was living here. And what are we doing with those memory shards? Can we do anything with it? This is the jester stuff. Decrease incoming damage by 33 when stamina is low. Memory shard. Where is this thing? Morrigan said. Stamina regeneration. Increases spell power by 100%. Decreases incoming healing by 90% while you're in combat. I don't see the memory shard. Yeah, I don't see it. Alright. Alright, everyone. Next time, we are going to most likely hit that third freaking part of the viewer stuff and try to deal with the rest of the knight's tombs. See you there.